This episode of Walt Disney World Today is sponsored by MEI and Mousefan Travel. MEI and Mousefan Travel is an authorized Disney vacation planner specializing in cruises and packages to Disney and other vacation destinations around the world. They provide their signature services with no agency fees. Get a no-obligation quote at www.mousefantravel.com.
This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Wednesday, April 4th, 2007, and this is episode 239 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm Matt Hochberg of MGMstudios.org. On the show today, we have my roomie, Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Hey, buddy.
Matt, I am so glad that you're back.
Well, you know, I was never really gone. I'm always there in spirit. And also on the show is Len Testa, co-author of The Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. Hi, Len.
How's it going, Matt?
Outstanding. And we also have on the show Mike Scopa of MousePlanet.com. Hi, Mike.
And, of course, no one locks their doors in New York.
Oh, Ellen's Energy Adventure.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm on it, baby. It's Wednesday. We're answering listener questions. And our first question comes from Jonathan Dichter of Seattle, Washington, who writes, "Hello, Matt, Mikes, and Len. Shameless sucking up about to commence. First of all, I love your show. I never miss it and will do anything I can to get out of my way to drop one of your names. For example, while in court talking to a judge the other day, I told them I researched the topic as thoroughly as Len would." And sucking up.
And he said, "How is Len?" Oh, Testa. You know him.
So here's my question. My wife and I are planning to come down to Walt Disney World in December 2007 for MouseFest. I figured I'd ask now in hopes of getting an answer around November. Oh boy, those jokes will never get old. We're thinking of staying maybe the Tuesday before to the Tuesday or Wednesday after. We stayed at Wilderness Lodge on Concierge for our honeymoon in March 2006, and we're totally spoiled. We loved it. And we're thinking of trying one of the monorail resorts next time. So here's the question. If we choose to try out the Contemporary for those nights, will we get a discount on Concierge if we get an annual pass, which we don't have currently?
I don't think they normally offer discounts on concierge rooms with an AP discount. I'd have to check with the travel agent. If I recall correctly, they're not normally discounted.
Yeah, I don't recall hearing about those either.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. Concierge rooms might be. Studios aren't.
Well, why would they do that? Why would they? Usually it's about $100 off.
I think concierge rooms are, but it's studios that aren't, or, larger rooms.
Yeah.
Jonathan also wants to know, is it going to be more or less cost-effective to do so if we also plan on trying to get the Magic Your Way with dining? We used it in March and loved it.
For a week, I think it's cheaper to buy that one-day pass.
Yep.
And do the magic and book the package with Magic Your Way dining.
When is the optimal booking time to try to get special rates and/or discounts? When they're available.
Yeah, when they're announced. So typically Disney announces specials anywhere from a week to 2 weeks out from when they're going to be able to book. So I would expect, for example, a certain offer for a certain special something coming out sometime in the next 10 days or so. La 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 la.
I have no idea what that could be, Len.
Not sooner than that.
The new Scopa Tower bed sheets?
I'm staying at Scopa Towers in May when I go.
Are you?
Yeah, me and him.
Nice. Concierge level?
It's the presidential suite, the Scopa suite.
Jonathan also wants to know, if the budget won't hold it, would you suggest staying at the Contemporary without concierge, or simply staying, at that point, downgrading to a Port Orleans Riverside type moderate?
What's the least expensive concierge in the Magic Kingdom area?
Is it
We're all going to be roughly the same.
Lodge, or...
Yeah.
Also Wilderness Lodge.
Could go Animal Kingdom Lodge concierge.
Isn't it about the same price?
Yeah, but he's already been there.
Animal Kingdom.
Good point.
I'd give him I would say it'd be Wilderness Lodge. He may
I'd say Animal Kingdom Lodge because I like the food better at Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yep,
there you go.
Me too.
Jonathan says, thanks again. I hope to look forward to sharing a Dole Whip with Dr. Scopa and seeing him at the finish line of the 2009 half marathon. Jonathan has a blog, voiceofmousetoons.blogspot.com. There'll be a link in the show notes. And Jonathan also writes, P.S. If the name sounds familiar, I'm Lou's voice guy.
That's right.
Also the voice of Shandy over at the Magical Definition Podcast. I put this fact at the end of the email, hoping you'll read it and not disqualify me from asking questions because I love working for Lou. Oh, Lou, he's so great. We love him.
I love working for Lou. He's the best. He's the best. Yeah, God. Really?
Who just ripped my ear out?
Very nice. Next question is from Ray Kastner of Delafield, Wisconsin, who writes, "Hey guys, we're planning a trip for December 2020 with the help of technology borrowed from Mission Space, I'm putting myself into hypersleep until I get this email. Don't worry, I'm having all the episodes of Walt Disney World Today piped into my hypersleep chamber, so I'll be all caught up when I'm awakened just prior to when the email is read."
Oh, jeez, another one.
Seriously, we're going to go to Walt Disney World in early December 2007, but arriving at the tail end of Mouse Fest, I'll probably miss all the big events. So if any of you guys will be hanging around after Mouse Fest, let me know. Enough of the chit-chat, on to my questions. Have any of you heard of there being any changes to the Candlelight Processional dinner package from last year? Normally we would like to go to the 6:45 p.m. showing, and prior to last year, we would like to eat at the show at 8 p.m. The package last year would have made us eat around 4:30 p.m., I believe, which we would prefer not to do, traveling with the kids who will just get hungry again after the show.
Exactly.
If they're planning
that's the problem with kids. You feed them once, they get hungry again.
Wives too. If they're planning on changing this, we'd likely go for the last show of the night and eat at a more reasonable time for us.
The only suggestion I would make is that if he feels real strongly about it, he should send a letter to Disney and complain about the problem of how they arranged it last year. I wasn't in favor of it either. I think that should go back to the way it was. But they listen. If enough people write, they listen.
Thanks for reading this, and I'm hearing it on a show in the future after waking up from hypersleep. Thanks, Ray. Next email is from Jim in Oklahoma, who writes, "I love your podcast. I've been an avid listener for a long time now. My question is about you guys, not Disney World. Just out of curiosity, what do you guys like to do when you're not focusing on Disney? Keep up the great work."
Sleep.
I like baseball.
What do I do? I like programming. Working on the website, which I think you pretty much have to if you're...
I like long walks on the beach.
Exactly. Candlelight.
You know what I like to listen to if I have some free time. I like to sit back and turn on the radio.
Ring, 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 banana phone. Ring, 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 banana phone. I've got this feeling so appealing for us to get together and sing, sing.
All right, enough of that. Moving on.
That's enough of that.
On to the next question, and it comes from Jessica in Coplay, Pennsylvania, who writes, "Thanks for answering my question about the ticket brokers on show 199. I want to let you guys know about the savings is much more significant than you guys made it sound like on the show. I got a 7-day park hopper ticket for $245, including taxes, shipping, etc., compared to Disney's $264.12 advance purchase, or $271.58 at the gate. That's a savings of $19 to $26 per ticket. Since we have 6 adults in our party and we're staying off-site this trip, we saved a good amount of money on our tickets by buying here. I just thought your listeners might like to know that if they are staying off-site, they can save a few more than $2 with the ticket broker. More Doleves for me now. Thanks, love the show."
That's awesome.
Next email is from Ed Klimzak of Ohio, who writes, "Hi, first off, good podcast. Really enjoy them. I go to Walt Disney World 3 or 4 times a year, either alone or with my wife and 3 kids. I'm an annual pass holder and a Disney Vacation Club member. I really enjoy Disney. I even look for any conventions down there that I can write off and have a reason to go. I live in Ohio, of course. I agree with almost everything you guys say, but I was listening to your live show a few weeks ago, and I don't think you get enough credit to Pleasure Island. I have a premium annual pass over a regular annual pass, only because of Pleasure Island. I'm in my mid-40s, and I enjoy many places down there, the Comedy Club in particular, but also the live bands in the clubs and the 70s Club. The weather's nice. I end up there every night for a beer and to see 1 or 2 clubs. That to me is worth the extra money I pay for in the premium pass. Keep up the great podcast. I'm driving Disney, Ohio to Walt Disney World in 2 weeks, and I'll listen to my iPod and your show all the way down 18 hours.
Wow.
That's some dedication right there.
You know, if you really make good use of the premium annual pass, and more power to you. I think that he may have figured out a way to justify the extra cost. I think that someone who has never had a real opportunity to try it is, you're taking a risk because you don't know if you're going to make good use of it. If you have been down there in the past, and you know that every time you go, if you go several times a year, you're spending a few nights at Pleasure Island and doing a few other things, and yeah, it's all worth it. But I'd be very wary if it was the first time I was buying an annual pass and I wasn't sure about, what I was going to do. If you have a history of what you like to do down there, if you know what you like to do, then it's a different story.
I think it's useful if you have long trips and you enjoy Pleasure Island. So if you're not sure, I would try it out maybe once or twice and see if you really say, wow, I really like it down here. I really want to come back here every night. Or, for me personally, I mean, if it as much fun as it could be, after a day at the parks, I'm just dead. And I don't go down long enough to really make it worth it. I mean, if you're down there for a week or something like that, it might be, I think it pays off more in that respect than, say, like the long weekend trips, which I tend to take. Mm-hmm. Len, on the other hand, hates it and hopes the island burns down. I think that was a quote in the unofficial guide, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's page 535, I think. Yeah.
535. Next email is from Brody in Michigan, who writes, "Hi guys, my fiance and I will be heading back to Disney World for our honeymoon this August and are facing an important moral dilemma. On the one hand, we've always cringed at or quietly mocked couples we see wearing the bride and groom Mickey ears while touring the parks. On the other hand, we're big fans of being given free stuff or preferential treatment. Any idea just what, if any, special treatment we'd be likely to get as a result of the obvious display of our recent nuptials? It would be useful to know just what I might be getting before I decide the exact price of my dignity."
Well, I think that no matter where you go, if you're in any restaurant, sometimes, depending upon the restaurant, you may be singled out in the restaurant, and everybody may sing a song to you or give you applause. I think that also if you happen to be in a shop like a candy shop or a sweet shop or ice cream shop, they may give you free ice cream. They may give you a free treat. Just be aware that the hat and the veil indicates it's a special time for you, and they're all about making it a memorable special time because they want you to come back.
Exactly.
I think it's fun. It looks weird, but you know what? You're in Disney World. Go ahead, Lon.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be the strangest looking person within.
It's dorky.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
Matt, are you going to wear the hat?
Yeah.
I was going to ask that question.
He is.
I'm fighting it, but I think I have no choice in the matter.
Come on.
I think that you should wear the veil, and Marissa should wear the hat because she's going to be wearing the pants.
I do not have one yet.
Where's that banana phone theme again? Let's go.
Drum roll, rim shot.
Well, I just know that you'll be dead soon, so it's not really. I'm not worried about it.
Oh my God!
It's starting.
Oh,
it's awesome.
I'll haunt you.
That had to hurt.
Marissa, did you feel that cold breeze? That stiff. No, Matt, what's the matter? I don't know. I just got a chill.
It's.
I don't know, but I got to go take Carol out soon because I've got a hot date with her.
Oh, God. So, Len, no.
Leave me the hell out of this. Yeah, I'm stupid.
I think me and Len are going to do our own show.
I love you, Mike. Cool.
Oh, funny.
Next email is from Tony of Ocean View, New Jersey. Any of you are any of you going to be attending 2007 Magic Meets? If so, will you be podcasting?
Yes and yes.
Yeah, we have the exclusive rights to do a live broadcast. We told Lou to
take a hike.
Take a hike. That's right, Lou. Take your. We can't say it on here, but we had some choice comments for Lou. And Mike, Scopa, you're going to be there, and you're giving a speech.
I am giving anywhere from 1 to 3 presentations. I just don't know when and where and what. I have an idea of what they will be. I just don't know which ones I'll be giving and when I'll be giving them.
When we get closer, we'll give all those details. We have some really exciting plans for that.
Yep.
Next emails from Bill Tracy, who writes, "Just want to know what is the best or easiest way to rent points? I would love to rent points. Who do I email or call?" It's Mike Newell. I think the best one has to be Len. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the best one that you found in the past has been the Disboards.
Yeah. Yeah, for running points, we talked about this on a recent show, but the only issue is that you're sending a lot of money to people you've never met before. So definitely you want to keep an eye on the number of posts that those people have had on Discord. You want someone who's been around there for a while, that's got a reputation and that looks like they've invested some time in the boards. Okay. If possible, use a service like PayPal that allows you to escrow.
And a great service, Mike Scopa, for calculating your points is on Taggerl.com, right?
That's correct.
They've got some. We'll put a link in there to the DVC points calculator. Next email is from Ralph Pittman, who writes,
Ralph.
We also heard of a haunted hayride at Disney. Where is it held? What are the dates it operates? Do they take reservations? And how much does it cost? As a side note, my daughter and Epcot have the same birthday, October 1st, so it will be a special trip for her. Thanks again.
Oh, is this haunted hayride at
Fort Wilderness, right?
Fort Wilderness? Right. Don't recall how much. I want to say $35 a couple, but I'm not really sure about that. And they also have, I think it's the same route they take for the sleigh ride that they offer during the Christmas season.
Yeah, the haunted hayride is actually pretty. It's one of those things I haven't gotten over to. Have any of you done that?
No, I've not, but it sounds like fun.
It was closed when we were down there last, right, Mike?
It was closed. They did not offer it the night, Mike. We were there for the. We tried to go for the sleigh ride, and
right.
it was closed. So
I've read that there's a nominal cost. I think it's about $10 a person, and you meet in front of Pioneer Hall.
Yep.
And there's a podium over there, and you go over there, and the cast members are going to be over there to get you all set up. I'm not sure about recommendations or those kinds of things. I'm sure we'll have one of our listeners can fill us in over there with that kind of information. Next, yeah, there you go. Next email is from Lynn K. of Warren, Michigan. He writes, "Hi, Walt Disney World Today crew. I have a question about the touring plans for Animal Kingdom. So, Len, this is for you. The rest of the crew can put in their 2 cents if they want. My 2 teenage daughters and I are planning a trip in June. We're planning on going to Animal Kingdom around 3 p.m. and taking advantage of the evening extra magic hours. Which adult touring plan should we use? We want to see the parade at 4 p.m. and we'll have dinner there too. The only touring plan I see for our arrivals at the park at 9 a.m. or 1 p.m. Will the plans be updated before we go in June, or should I use one of the recommended ones? I also want to add that we like Animal Kingdom, so we want to see almost everything."
So there should be an afternoon touring plan for the Animal Kingdom on this site. Let me see if I can find that real quick. It would have you starting to try and get fast passes with Everest if you could. Let me see what we have here. And if that doesn't work, yeah, okay. On the website, there's an afternoon touring plan for the Animal Kingdom, and it should work absolutely fine for June. I'll go over here real quick.
Yeah, if I was going to
please hold while I generate the plan. La 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 la. Okay, it says okay. Step 1 is obtain a fast pass for Expedition to Everest in Asia. Step 2 is check the daily entertainment schedule for Flights of Wonder showtimes and do that. And then you're going to stay in Asia for a while, and that's okay because you can catch the parade from Asia. One of the things that the unofficial guide says is that the best vantage points are along that walkway between Asia and Africa, because you get some shade and there's places to sit and whatnot. So those are good spots for the parade. So Flights of Wonder, the Maharaja Jungle Trek, Holly River Rapids, which should be clearing out by then. The Kilimanjaro Safaris you want to work into. In June, it probably won't close until 6 or 7 o'clock or even later, so you'll be fine there. You want to get Finding Nemo in there, Tough to Be a Bug, Dinosaur. All these attractions should be fine, either towards the end of the day or when evening extra magic hours begin. And then finally, Expedition Everest. And that's the touring plan.
Yeah, I was going to do any attraction at night, but that would be the first one on my list to do that at night.
Yeah, the view alone should be fabulous. But
the way they light it too is really cool at night.
It's pretty good. Check under the miscellaneous touring plan section for the afternoon touring plan, and it should work pretty well.
Next email's from somebody who didn't put their email in there.
Hello, somebody.
Hi, in April I'll be staying at the Beach Club Resort, and I was wondering if there's an easy way to get to the main Epcot entrance by walking or taking a boat from Beach Club.
Beach Club?
Yeah.
Beach Club.
Wouldn't you just go out the door and make a left?
Yeah, you can take there's a walking path.
Not to the front of Epcot though.
Oh, it's the main Epcot entrance. Yeah.
Oh, to the main. The main entrance. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, okay.
No, I guess you got to. Do they have bus service at Beach Club?
From
Epcot?
Beach Club to Epcot?
Beach Club to Epcot.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Go to
Well, I mean,
MGM.
if you got to just, well, I guess if it's early in the morning, I was going to suggest that you just go through the international
Gateway.
The gateway, right? Thank you. And go from there. But of course, if you're getting there before the park opens, that's not an option.
No, I don't.
Really
I don't think there is. service. It's interesting. Would the bus put you closer to the entrance than, maybe marginally closer to the entrance than it would be from International Gateway? But
my guess is that there are buses. My guess is that there are buses that go from
There's got to be buses
in the morning, Len, to get to Future World.
If you say so.
I don't know.
Also, how long does it take to walk to the Disney Studios from Beach Club? I love your show. Keep up the good work.
From the Beach Club, I can tell you how long it takes to run.
I did it in like
15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 or 20, but that was a pretty decent clip.
I think it's a little bit longer than that. I think it's about 15 minutes to Boardwalk. So add on, I'd say about 20, 25 minutes, depending on how fast you walk. And
yeah,
I think that's a safe bet right there. Next email is from Chris of Brunswick, Ohio, who writes, "Hi guys, my wife is allergic to chlorine, so when we travel, we can't go swimming. I read on All Ears Net that Coronado Springs is the first resort to use bromine instead of chlorine. Is that true for other resorts and water parks as well?"
Actually, I saw something on the Travel Channel of a guy who was the house in Hawaii, and he was using bromine as well instead of chlorine, and to water clean in his pool. So it's been known for a while, I guess. I'm surprised that Coronado Springs is actually doing it, though. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, other people have done it. So.
Next email is from Richard Egan of Williamstown, Massachusetts. Is that near you, Scopa?
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough. Hi, thanks to your ongoing efforts. You're my favorite podcast. Went to Walt Disney World last year and still have 4 days on our non-expiring tickets. Can we add more days onto these tickets, or do we have to buy new tickets?
Oh, good question. I think I don't think you can add them on. You have to do it within a certain number of days, like 10 days. Purchase now. I think you have to go back and buy new ones.
Yeah. If we can add more days to our existing tickets, how do they figure the cost? Which you can't. In the official guide, the base rate for a 7-day ticket is listed as just being $9 more than a 4-day ticket, so you can get days 5, 6, and 7 for just $9. Compare that to purchasing a separate 3-day ticket, which costs $181. I'd love it if they charged the minor increase in order to add 3 days to existing tickets, but I suspect they'd charge the standard rate for the 3 days. And you would be right, Richard.
Yeah. Yep.
There's that window of opportunity.
Oh, God.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're back to square one. Next question is from Jen, who writes, "Hi, guys. I seem to remember way back when Splash Mountain used to splash up over the bridge on an unsuspecting guest. Why and when did they stop doing that?"
Geez. It's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people also confuse Splash Mountain with the intro to that old TV show, Step by Step. You remember that? There's other parks. I don't think did they ever really soak people?
No.
They did. I mean, sometimes they do the water cannons, and they'll fake spray the bridge because the plumes cannot spray the bridge from the way they are because when the water cannons aren't working, then they just go down. The boat goes down and there's no splash. When it's warm out, they turn the water cannons on, and that kind of simulates the little splash effect. And it's only on the part of the bridge that's closest to the ride.
Right.
And I assume that most of the time they don't do it because it's annoying, especially when it's colder out. They don't want to do that to guests. But you can easily steer clear of there if that's your issue. On another note, I'm planning my next trip and was thinking of November 16th to November 25th, 2007. Is that a good time to go? I want to hit the Christmas time, but not take my kids out of school too long. Thanks, you guys are great. November 16th to November 25th.
Should be great.
Yeah, anytime before or after Thanksgiving, really. I mean, November's a great month. You've just got that week that you have Thanksgiving. That's then it really gets packed in there. But once you get beyond that week or before that week, Glenn, right? It's just it's pretty low in crowds.
Yeah, it shouldn't be bad at all.
Next email is from Andy, who sent this to you guys. Hope you guys can answer it. I got an iPod as a gift, and now I found myself excited to get new Walt Disney World Today episodes. We are Disney Vacation Club members, and I love Disney. So here's a question for you. Why is the service at the Mexican food place at Epcot, the freestanding one next to the lake, so slow? Our family joke is we're going to the Mexican place. Let's get a snack first.
The cantina?
Yeah, I think that's what it means. I've never really found it's that slow.
I never really thought it was that slow. It's interesting. I wonder if there was like a special order going on or something.
Maybe he goes at siesta time.
Exactly, 2 to 5.
Newell. That's why we keep you on here.
Oh, funny.
Oh, that's why.
Nice.
Next question is from William from Fairfax, Virginia. Great podcast, can't get enough. Just came back from running the marathon at the World. That would be January 2007, in case it is now July 2008.
Ooh,
Another one.
ouch.
Jeez. We rented a car at Scopa's suggestion and stayed at Saratoga Springs. We noticed driving around following the signs directing us where to go, for example, Magic Kingdom Epcot, seemed to take us into an indirect way. When not following the signs, we found quicker and more efficient ways to get where we were going. Is this our wannabe Imagineering running away with us, or is this something Disney does to help with the traffic congestion and flow? We were there in a relatively slow time, so we had the luxury of no traffic. What are your thoughts?
It'd be tough to comment unless we knew exactly what he did, where he went, and what routes he took. There are signs that tell they want. I would guess that they want the traffic to flow a certain way, but there are certain shortcuts. If you follow the signs, let's say you were leaving MGM and you had to go back to your room at Port Orleans French Quarter. If you went by the signs, it would probably take you an extra 5 or 6 minutes than if you had gone another way and taken a few shortcuts here and there. So yeah, I think that there are signs there that have guests going a preferred route to certain from one place to another. But after a while, everybody gets to know what the shortcuts are down there.
Yeah. My favorite shortcut is if you want to get on or off property, the Sherbeth Road shortcut.
Where's that?
Well, if you're coming from Disney property, probably the easiest way to explain it. You go to Animal Kingdom, like past the resort, past the park.
Right.
Like you're going to Animal Kingdom Lodge, and just before you get to the lodge, there's a road called Sherbeth Road, and you take a left over there, and it'll dump you onto 192, and you avoid so much traffic, especially if you're staying in that part of Kissimmee. It's great. Oh. Well, that's it for us today. Again, this show has been brought to you by MEI and Mouse Fan Travel, specializing in cruises and packages to Disney and other vacation destinations around the world. For current offers, just visit their website at www.mousefantravel.com. If you want to listen to our older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, you can visit the Walt Disney World Today website at www.today.com. For Mike Newell, Len Testa, and my boy, Mike Scopa, I'm Matt Hochberg. We'll see you on the next show.
Nice.
Love you, Mike.
Boy, my dad.